Hi bro, it's Herman in Taiwan. Today I'm driving my W111 1962 from Taipei to the middle of Taiwan. It's about 200 kilometers, it's about 120 miles. Yeah, it's not a short distance, but not long. But long enough for a 62 years old vehicle. Yeah. Yeah. In my opinion, the vintage cars is very interesting and also easy to maintain. The maintenance is not so difficult. Yeah, it's my opinion because it only requires some very common tools like screwdriver, wrench, or hammer, something like that. And you can fix it mostly. And sometimes people will say, "Oh, the things are too old. Is it reliable or not?" Yeah, maybe if the cars today drive for 20 years, you will say it's not reliable. But the vintage cars from 60s, 70s, 80s, if you drive it for 20 years, it won't be so unreliable. Yeah, it's quite reliable than the cars today. Because I think vintage cars are a little bit rough. Should I say rough? Everything is very easy to be made. The parts and the mechanism are very strong enough. Yeah, endurable. Yeah, I should say endurable. And the cars nowadays. But the disadvantage is the vintage car is not as convenient or smart or easy to drive, to control, or to use from the cars nowadays. Yeah, so but it's also it's fun to drive it because it needs a little bit technique to drive it. Such as most of the vintage cars are manual shift transmission, are manual. People nowadays, at least in Taiwan, there are so few people who can drive manual cars. Mostly are automatic. So when you learned or you familiar with the driving skill of a manual vehicle, you will think it's quite interesting. Sometimes yeah, interesting, but sometimes very not convenient, of course. But mostly it's quite interesting. Such as my car equipped with manual window, so you have to manually scroll up and down the windows. So it's quite interesting, but not convenient. Yeah, but the advantage is it's very difficult to malfunction. Yeah. Mostly the cars with a manual window, I don't think it will broken or out of work. Yeah. But if you use a electronic motor drive window, yeah, always cannot go up, cannot go down, or stuck. Yeah, motor burned out, or the gears wear out, or yeah, the slide broke out. Yeah, lots of problems. Yeah, that is only an example. Also the engine of the vintage car are very simple. Yeah, every parts are visual. You can see it's good condition or not, in good position or not, or yeah, it's quite easy to identify the condition. But the cars nowadays, you have to use computers or lots of instruments to verify, to identify the problems. Yeah, and because it's quite complex, there are so many microchips, so many programs working together to make the cars nowadays drive wonderful, smoothly, and yeah, drive what we want it to be. Yeah, so it's good, but also not easy to maintain. Now the cars nowadays. Yeah, so both are good, and both are has a disadvantage. We can see in the right front there is a 1980s old Mercedes coupe. There's a W4 coupe, 2 doors. Yeah, old car. I think it's KE Jetronic fuel supply system. It's also very easy to maintain, in my opinion, and reliable. If you maintain it well, yeah, it's quite reliable and do not need lots of computers, instruments to fix it, to maintain it, like this one. Okay, now the traffic is not good, traffic condition not good, traffic jam. Okay, let's talk about vintage car next time. See you, bro.